Chapter 4. Later that night, the racing news programs continued to cover the next-gen races and discuss the drastic changes that were happening to the sport of racing. On the set of the morning Piston Cup, Natalie Sutton stood beside the giant screen. It was filled with the grid showing the 40 Piston Cup races at the start of the season. The veteran races were on illuminated squares. "More changes ahead, chick," said Natalie. "Every week we've seen veteran racers either retire, like Carl Weathers tonight, or be fired to make room for these younger, faster racers. And it's not over yet." As she continued to explain, more and more squares went dark, signifying the departure of those cars from the racing circuit. But Lightning refused to give up, and the final race at the Los Angeles International Speedway seemed like the perfect place to get out of his slump and back on top. That morning, a team of jets streaked across the blue sky as excitement grew in the crowded stands. An announcer's voice boomed over the PA. "Hello, racing fans," he said. "Welcome to the Los Angeles 500, final race of the Piston Cup season. It's been a year of surprises, and today promises to be no different. All the teams get ready in the pits. We get ready to bring you the action here trackside." Lightning was on his way to Bobby's garage, then stopped when he noticed Brick and his sponsor heading down the middle of the garage area. Two pitches carried big boxes with Brick's name scribbled across their sides. Lightning began to move towards Brick, but stopped short when he saw him talking urgently to his sponsor. "You can't do this," yelled Brick. "I've raced for you guys for almost 10 years. "Sorry, Brick," said the sponsor. "My mind's made up. Time for me to move on to someone new." "Hey, I had 2 wins last year," Brick cried. "The whole sport's changing," said the sponsor. "I'm just doing what I got to do." Lightning turned to see a racer pulling out of Bobby's garage and went to him. "Hey, Bobby," he said. "Do you know what's happening with Brick?" But Lightning quickly realized it wasn't Bobby in Bobby's garage. It was another racer. A new next-gen racer. "The name's Danny, bro," said the sleek racing car as he headed past Lightning. Lightning looked around the garage area and couldn't believe his eyes. There was no one but next-gen racers all around. He didn't recognize any of them. What was going on? How could everything be changing so fast? he thought. Lightning left the garage and took the pace lap, finding himself in the third row next to Daniel. "Hey, champ," said Storm, calling to Lightning from the front. "Where did all your friends go?" A final check of his tires as Storm settles into the pole position, Bob Cutlass said over the PA. Lightning tried to contain his anger while Storm scrubbed his tires and moved to take his position on the pole. The green flag flew. It was time to race, and Dal Cartrip's voice came over the speakers. "Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's end this season with a great race." Sally and the Radiator Springs gang watched nervously. "That's it, buddy," said Mater as Lightning leaned hard into a sprint. The race went on into the night. Storm held the lead with Lightning a few lengths behind. As Storm led the racers into the pits, Shannon Spokes reported from the sidelines. 40 laps to go, and race leader Jackson Storm is making his way onto pit road, with McQueen on his tail," she said. "A good stop here could mean the difference between victory and defeat." Storm's swift, efficient pit crew immediately got to work. At the same time, Guido worked as quickly as he could on Lightning. The racer was antsy. "Come on, come on, come on," he said, panic in his voice. "Faster, Guido, come on. I got to get back out there before he does. Guido, hurry up." Within seconds, Guido had finished. "Fatu, Fatu," he said, moving away. Lightning got back out before any of the other racers. "What a pit stop by Lightning McQueen," shouted Dal Cartrip. "Man, he just got the lead." "But Darrell, can he hold on to it?" asked Bob Cutlass. Before long, Storm pulled alongside Lightning. "Hey, Lightning," he said. "You all right? Listen, don't you worry, pal. You had a good run. Enjoy your retirement." Then he effortlessly sped ahead. "Storm takes back the lead," said Bob Cutlass, "a length in front." Furious, Lightning pushed himself forward, harder and harder, using everything he had to try to catch Storm. "Unbelievable!" yelled Dal Cartrip. "Lightning is fading. Lightning is fading. Fading fast." "No, no, 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 no!" shouted Lightning, straining as he tried to get ahead. Now he was 2 lengths behind Storm. Lightning angrily pushed himself harder until one of his tires blew out. He started to spin, whipping round and round. Everything went blurry, and a deafening hush came over the crowd. In the stands, Sally gasped. She and the rest of the Radiator Springs gang held their breath as they helplessly watched lightning spin turn into a row. The fans were completely silent as the entire stadium witnessed the worst crash of Lightning's career. With every flip, they could hear the terrible crunch of Lightning's body against the pavement. He continued to roll and roll until finally he stopped. A low hiss of smoke rising from his engine. Suddenly, a flurry of activity appeared surrounding him. An ambulance, a fire engine, and a tow truck rushed to his aid, while the crowd watched horrified, hoping to see signs of life. End of chapter 4.